Could this one thing in cryptocurrency create an absolute bloodbath? I know we had a really exciting week last week with the House getting involved, the first crypto bill passing Senate, but something came up on the back end of the week that could cause a bloodbath in crypto. Now, I don't think there's anything to worry about, but I think it's important for us to understand both sides of the coin. So we're going to break that down in today's video. My name is Coach JB. I've spent the last 7 years, 8 to 9 hours a day researching how the system actually works. And we've helped over 100 people since 2023 understand how I pull from the left side of the risk pyramid, high risk, high return, crypto being one of the highest risk, pull profits down. I insure my family and I insure my wealth. So if you want help with that, click the description down below. You can fill out a needs assessment or my bio, click a link, fill out a needs assessment, while the proper team member reach out to you. So let's dive right into this. So I wanted to bring this up because this was messaged to me, and a lot of people panic with this type of stuff, but I think it's important for us to look at both sides of the coin. This is something I've been talking about for, since I got into cryptocurrency. Remember, I'll say the same things over and over again. First, they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. So veteran trader Peter Brandt warns of SEC's full-scale assault on crypto staking. It's going to be a bloodbath. So when you see that, it's like, whoa, but we have to dive into this. We have to look at this and say, well, what does this mean? The one thing that I shared with you guys, the way that they'll get us now that they're normalizing crypto is on-ramps, off-ramps, and staking, if you look at it, is basically outside of what their regulation is in the normal centralized banking system. Do you think that they want you, with the banks being in a liquidity crisis, regional banks in extreme trouble right now, extreme trouble? Do you think they want you taking your deposits and putting it at Coinbase or Kraken and getting large interest yield on your money? Absolutely not, because it pulls and sucks the liquidity out of the traditional banking system. And now with BlackRock saying that crypto is a flight to quality, ARK Investment saying that cryptocurrency is a flight to safety. If you look at these things, guys, do you realize how much Bitcoin they have? They went from like 100 in Bitcoin to, I think, 20, am I getting this right? 240, over $1 billion worth of Bitcoin since January, February, March, April, May. They're over $1 billion in Bitcoin now. BlackRock. Think about that for just a moment. Okay. The largest asset manager in the world is moving towards crypto. Okay. But the first crypto bill passed the House. And the way that they could get us is through staking. So we just have to be aware of this type of stuff. And this is why I have an exit plan of pulling 50%. And that's why I'm being very careful where I'm staking, where I'm holding crypto and things like that. So let's dive a little bit deeper into it. It said the 1980s in stock market was a period of hostile takeovers. Sharp investors seeing value on one side, buyers, C-suite boards protecting their own turf. The same thing's going to happen. Bitcoin represents a similar hostile takeover of the fiat system. Governments will push back in every way possible. I want to hear your comments down below. Okay, what do you think is going to happen? Now, the difference is, remember when about gold, they confiscated gold, right? But Bitcoin's a little bit different. It's on a blockchain. Can they truly confiscate it? Can they tap into it? It's a totally different monster. And I think they finally realize that. They're like, man, or maybe we're all being played. Who knows? That's why I have a very strict strategy inside and outside of cryptocurrency. Okay. So what if we are being played? What if they created the system in 2009? Bitcoin's inception was right at the same time where Brazil, Russia, India, and China, South Africa created BRICS to de-dollarize. Right at the same time as America was coming out of one of the biggest financial collapses in our living history. And now we're going into the second one. Think about that for just a moment. So it's important to really look at all sides of the coin and figure out how you can protect yourself. Okay, so I'm diversified across different exchanges. I got some on my ledger, right? I'm diversified outside of cryptocurrency. So if it all went to zero, I'm still in really good shape because I pull profits during the bull run and I secure outside. Now, do I believe in crypto's long-term strategy? Absolutely. That's why I hold 50% forever. Okay, and some of you can hold forever if you'd like to. But we have to make sure that the exchanges we're on are going to be here. We got to make sure the cryptos we're in are going to survive regulation because, guys, it's coming under the normal banking system. I promise you. And do you think for a moment that they're going to allow this to have outside, non-bank financial institutions giving you 10, 12%? Or will they be able to stop it? I don't know. I'd love to hear your opinion, but we have to look at both of these. So then this came out May 22nd, 2024. A hot button issue for SEC threatens to erode Ether ETF demand. Prospects Ether ETF issues have removed plans for staking. Lack of yield from staking may make the funds less attractive. So that's where they could attack us, guys. Many of the crypto market believe that a key change made to some applications for proposed spot Ether exchange traded funds will be good for Ethereum and blockchain, while putting the prospect ETF products themselves at a disadvantage. Issuers, including Fidelity Investment, ARK Investment Management, have eliminated plans for staking. There's something to that, guys. The Ether they would purchase for the proposal funds if they are approved. Staking is an industry jargon for the mechanism that runs Ethereum and other so-called proof of stake blockchains. It involves locking up deposits of cryptocurrency in order to help validate transactions and secure the network in exchange for rewards and paid for doing their work. So the way to look at it from a banking perspective, what would staking be at a bank, right? A long-term CD, right? So if you were to take your $5,000 into a bank and lock it up into a CD right now, you're going to get a little bit of a favorable rate. Why? Because remember, banks need liquidity, exchanges need liquidity. So when you lock your money up, they give you maybe 6%, and they're making anywhere from 10 to 12 to 16 to 20%. So when you put your money into a bank or into an exchange, you're lending them that money. When you lock it up, they're going to give you a margin, but they're not giving you free money, guys. They're taking that money and they're making a margin on it. So we have to start to think like the banks. Banks make money in interest income, fee income, and capital markets income. So that's where my brain kicks in with all of this over 4 years ago. And I rewired my whole system is when I profit, I pull and I move it into different asset classes. I love insurance. I love using insurance for one of my long-term strategies. Okay. Insurance helps me protect my principal. I can borrow against it. It's liquid. Okay. It has living benefits and death benefits. Then I have my businesses. I put more money into my businesses because I can increase more cash flow. With the cash flow, I move that into either max funding policies, into silver, more Bitcoin for gold. That's where I use my gold. And then we're going to head into real estate, right? So we're diversified across it. There's a little bit of anxiety I have right now. I want to get deep into real estate, and I'm building this. I don't rush into things anymore. I go very slowly and methodically. I know there's not an amazing race, but it will always be the right time. It'll never be the right time, I guess. And when it's up, it's down, interest rates go down, it's going to be super expensive, but I want to make sure that I have diversification in crypto across different platforms, across different exchanges, across different asset classes. As I profit on those asset classes, I simply pull it down the risk pyramid, secure it into insurance. Real estate's up there in the higher part of the risk pyramid because of its ebb and flow going up and down, but it gives me tax benefits, appreciation, depreciation, and it also maybe gives me a little bit off the doors. I'm not too worried about that, but also gives me a place to secure my money that continually always goes up, right? So those are the things I've just been thinking about. Nothing to fear with this. I mean, I know it sounds really gross when you see those types of things, but guys, the system is changing. So there's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of fear. There's probably going to be another black swan. And so the key to this is to not get fudded out. So you have to, and I'm not saying you have to do a plan like mine, but make sure that you have a plan, some sort of plan. Some of you are holding long-term forever. Awesome. So if you look at your staking protocols, just pay attention to where that's what I'm trying to get at this whole thing is just pay attention to what the narrative is around staking and how they're going to do this. It's the only thing I can think about. On-ramps, off-ramps, how you're going to get your money in and out of fiat to move to buy other things. And staking protocols, right? I guarantee you this will age well, that your banks eventually will be offering staking for your cryptocurrency. I almost can guarantee you that, guys. They're going to be like, hey, put your Bitcoin here for 10%. It looks attractive because they're going to take it and make a shitload of money off your Bitcoin, right? So it's important for us to really rewire the foundation, understand financial literacy. Money is just debt, guys. So we got to get that money, that debt moving through the system into assets that we can borrow against tax-free to buy more assets. So, and then you want to put a trust on top of that and make sure your family is protected. So hope that information reaches you well. I know that's I just want to give you both sides of the coin. Okay. And I'm going to be working to improve my content too, as well. I'm going to be working to get more tactical versus strategic. The Good Morning Crypto Show, please check them out. They're very good at the news. I'm going to work to report a little bit of news, but throughout the week, more tactical type stuff. Like here's why, here's proof, here's what I'm doing. I'm going to move towards that and see how it goes. Let me know what you think down below, because I just want to give more tactical things on exactly what I'm doing or why I'm thinking the way that I do, to help educate a little bit more and Yeah, just get it off my brain. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. So if you want to figure out how to exit the markets, Merlin, 30 days for free. Smartest way to track your crypto. We're so excited. We're over 2,000 customers already, satisfied customers, absolutely amazing. We have amazing customer service for support, but you get to try it 30 days for free, guys. We're the co-founders and creators of it. It's an exit strategy that has amazing ability to see all your daily gains and losses. We don't hold your crypto. It's not an investment. It's a interface to see all your exchanges in one place and set up an exit plan so you can profit in this bull run. It's down in the description down below or in my social media platform. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.